We did it. We're back, y'all. Check it out. All right. I'm going to be doing some graphic design here today. I am doing some work for a friend of mine. He is in the disc golf community, and he is hosting at so he has a property where he actually has a disc golf course, and he's going to be hosting an event which is an annual memorial for a friend of his. And this skull here is a tattoo that the person had, and they're going to use this to create a graphic to make a custom disc, like a print on a custom disc, and make it into a t-shirt and all this stuff or whatever. And the event's coming up soon, so I am creating the artwork from this tattoo for them to be able to use as the print. So that's what I'm going to be working on here today. So I'm going to be walking through exactly what I'm doing for as much of this as possible, but I'll also take some questions about graphic design, about the process, everything that I'm doing here. So feel free to drop some questions in the chat. I need to get my YouTube window on my second monitor, so that way I can see the chat there. I need to figure out, I keep forgetting to look into how to make it so that I can see this chat on every, like my stream and everything. Let's go to my live here. All right, so now I can watch my chat on both things, because for some reason it just does not work over here. Super weird. All right, let's get back to the graphic. So I started by making this a template, and then I'm just going to go up over on top of it. The video is lagging, but the audio is good. Oh no. Is it because I'm streaming to both platforms? Yeah, I see the lag. That's not fun. I might have too much shit open, actually. I have a lot of problems with my YouTube streaming. I may have to do it only on Twitch, but we'll see. Hold on, I'm gonna close some of my work stuff that I don't need right now. See if that helps. All right, is that helping the video at all? It's like still a little bit laggy from what I can tell, but I hope it's better. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started here. Start with this Star of David on the forehead. And then I'm going to mirror this artwork from here to hopefully make my life super easy. Never made a star. Actually, no, I take it back. I have, because I made the Hanukkah versions of the gift wrap when I worked at Michael's. All right. So what I'm going to do is, with this artwork selected, go up to Object, Repeat, Mirror, and now I can make this thing right here in the center of my art. And now I only have to draw half of my art, and it should mirror across both sides. So once it's a little bit crooked, actually. Maybe I should straighten out this skull a little bit before I do that, because it's not going to be perfect on this image, but what I draw should be a little bit symmetrical. Maybe I don't need to dim this either. Let's turn template off and let's just go into this thing. Yeah, that's light enough. Gerardo, did the video improve at all? If you're watching on YouTube, I'm very, very sorry that the chat feature on my software here isn't working. So if you are on YouTube and you would like to be a part of the chat, feel free to hop over to Twitch. This is where it's really going to be easy for me to keep up. Oh, it mirrored that one exactly. I can fix that later. All right. It's actually kind of hard to see. Actually, so I'm gonna try to make this the smart way, and I'm gonna draw one of these little sunbursts. So I've exited the symmetrical like mirroring function. And I'm going to use a different radial repeat and try to just make this one drawing here flip around all of this here. So I'm going to go to Object, Repeat, and Radial. And then I can just move that and then adjust how many instances of this there are. Okay, which one is it? Yeah. It's very weird. That looks pretty close. So the good thing is that I don't necessarily have to make this one exactly like the reference. Like it's just gotta, I'm trying to make it pretty close. I'm trying to make it, look very much like the guy's tattoo. So that way when his, family and friends and things see it, like they'll know right away what it is. But for the sake of the artwork, I don't necessarily need to make it exactly perfect. And speaking of not exactly perfect, I think I'm going to adjust all these little pieces individually. But that was a very, very good and easy way to get that started. It's always funny. I feel like when I make tutorials and things like this for TikTok, I'll take clips of me doing things and talking about them, like teaching how to do the repeat thing or whatever, for instance. And then people always comment on my TikTok and be like, this way looks so slow. It's taking you forever. I'm like, yeah, because I fucking stopped and talked about it and taught you how to do it while I was doing it. Of course it's going to be slower than just diving in. Like what do you think is going to happen? All right, so I'm going to flip this moon when I get to that. It's just going to mirror for now, but it'll be fine. Look at that. Beautiful. I love how easy that is. It is a little bit difficult to see all of the pieces and parts. So I don't think I'm going to get a lot of these exactly perfect, but think it's going to be really, really close. I wish I had a soundbite of my dad saying good enough. That was like his catchphrase. Man, I love symmetry. Like the corn kid loves corn. Depression 5, welcome back to the stream. I am self-taught 100%. I did not do a single day of school. I learned mostly through like actually I started learning before there was even YouTube, so I was reading like articles teaching how to do things. It's crazy. Okay, I wish I could see a little bit more clearly, but I can see some details and things here. I may just have to take some liberties and draw my own kind of flower details. But I do think it'll be all right. And so I am out of my symmetry now. I've gone back out to the base, and I'm actually just using this so that I can see the reference a little bit clearer. And I can draw in these elements. And then once I have these pieces like put together and ready to go the way I like them, I'm going to group them and copy them and paste them back into the symmetry. And so anything you paste in there is going to be treated just like if you drew inside of it. Starting to try to learn from your YouTube or websites. Yeah, I thought you said mine specifically, so you should do that. Yeah, no, learning from YouTube is really great. That's how I learned and am learning like After Effects and things like that. Some video editing tricks. I mean, it's just kind of it's really all you need, honestly. It's so good and so helpful. It's kind of hard to tell what some of these things are. I can't tell, but I think it might be another Star of David down there. Like just a small one right here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, so when I started out designing, I was making music at the time, and I was, you know, starting to need like merch. I wanted to make stickers and shirts and things like that. Just make them myself because I've always kind of drawn and, you know, been into like comics and things, you know, art related. So I thought that I would be able to make my own designs. And at the time, all I had was Paint, like Microsoft Paint. And I made a sticker design in there and I sent it to this company to print online. And this was like probably either 1999 or 2000. And I sent this design into this sticker shop, and they were like, this file is not going to work. It's a bitmap. We need a 300 DPI JPEG. And I was like, cool. And I immediately went to Google and was like, what the hell is a 300 DPI JPEG? And so, you know, the first result is like, DPI is the resolution. In order to change resolution and get 300 DPI, you need a program like Photoshop. So then I Googled, what is Photoshop? And then I found out that you could download a bootleg version of it. So I did that, and I made my first graphic in there. and submitted it to this sticker company, and it came out perfect. And I was like, okay, good to know. So then I was making like an album cover, and I was like, okay, I'll do this in Photoshop as well. So then I started Googling like how to make 3D text in Photoshop. And then every time I ran into a problem, I would just Google it, figure out what I needed to do. And, you know, after doing that for a year, it was just second nature. It was like just new things that I could do. And I would follow tutorials and just do different things like that until eventually got to the point where I was the one making them. There was a point where I considered maybe going to school, but it was like I toured a couple of campuses and I talked to some people, and like really at that point I had already known so much about Photoshop and Illustrator. I couldn't see any value that I could get out of that. That's why you do Photoshop is expensive. Yeah, it's a lot harder to get like a bootleg crack version of it. And I always told myself that when I could afford it, I would do it. And ever since they moved to a subscription-based model, I figured I can do it. I'm able to make money back from the program. So, you know, I pay it and I get access to all the other programs too. So it's been worth it, but it's hard if you're not actively freelancing and making more money off of the programs. Ant V17, what up? Do you group your pencil strokes? I usually do. Like if I was okay, so for instance, I made this Star of David, and I did group that immediately. But typically I would go in. Actually, it looks like I grouped that too. So I guess the answer is yes. Yes, I do. I think there's some parts here I didn't do yet. These should be grouped, but I didn't group the whole thing yet. But now that you ask, I'm going to start making sure everything's grouped. But since I am working in this repeat mirror space here, so you can see I'm in this space, and when I go back out, everything here is grouped as one piece. So I haven't really been like actively trying to group them because they're kind of already in a group. But yeah, it's definitely something that I do when I'm thinking about it. And I should think about it more. Squatch Vader, what up? What up? Welcome back to the stream. I am sitting here. I just got off of work, but I have more work to do. I'm helping a friend with a graphic for a disc golf disc print. This is for a memorial event for a friend of his that passed away. And this image that I'm vectoring was one of his tattoos. And so we are taking this and turning it into a graphic to be printed on a disc and a t-shirt. Yep, I agree. I felt the same way. It sounded like a very unfortunate story. The cool thing is that the disc golf community that he was a part of apparently comes together every year, and they do some sort of memorial event. My friend who knew him happens to have a disc golf course on his property that he's been building out over the last few years. So he's actually getting to host the event this year. So I think that is really, really cool that they get together to honor him in this way. I hope my friends would find some way to do that for me. Okay, I feel like I feel like I'm doing the teeth in a dumb way. Like, I'm not mad at how that top row came out. And I know that the artwork is like hand done since it was a tattoo. But I think maybe for this bottom row, I can just make some rounded shapes like this and possibly even just copy this one a few times and make that work. I think it helps that I did the natural kind of like variations up here on this top row. So this bottom row being kind of put together a little bit more, a little less naturally. It kind of still works because those top teeth are a little bit better. Yeah, I had some of it grouped already. It kind of, you just kind of get used to it. You know, I think some of my like best practices that I do when I'm designing are based off of habits that I have forced myself to adopt. And one of the best examples of that would be keyboard shortcuts. So, oh man, I'm getting a spam call in the middle of my stream. I'm not going to answer in case they say my social or something. Yeah, so like doing my keyboard shortcuts, I kind of force myself to learn them in a way that I think works for me by like choosing one thing that I want to focus on for the week. So if I want to make sure that I always use my shortcut to get to like outline an object or whatever, I will very, very pointedly be focused on learning that one. So the whole week, if I'm outlining something and I realize I did it through the menu, I'll force myself to stop, undo what I did, go back and do it by the shortcut. So that way I just eventually kind of teach myself to always do it that way, because it's slowing me down even more by having to like undo it to be able to move on. So I'll just constantly pick something new that I want to learn, like, or I want to teach myself the like actions of doing it. So if you want to get better at grouping, you could definitely do that and just kind of force yourself to group everything. And if you don't group it, make yourself start over or something. Like punish yourself is what I'm saying, basically. Everybody learns by punishment. Winston, this sucks and I hate it. Well, that's rude, because this is for a tribute for a person who passed away and you came in here to be a dick. I'm doing something nice for somebody, okay? Winston is my friend in real life, so you guys can attack him in the chat if you want to. I'm going to use the, what is this other pen tool called? The curves tool? Curve something? Pen tool curve? I don't know. This one's cool because then you don't have to really plan out your curves. And you can just drop a point there, drop a point there, hold Option, click that one, and do it again. And I think it works really well for some natural curves. Yeah, you dick. I expect nothing less from you, Winston. But that's why we're friends, I think. Yeah, that works pretty well. I mean, like, I really didn't have to pay much attention to my curve. That sounds bad. Like, literally everything I do is like, here's how to do this in the most cheating and easy way ever. But I think people like that. My cat's name is Winston. That's amazing. I feel like so many people are like, every time I tell somebody I have a friend named Winston, a lot of people tell me that their pet is named Winston. And that's pretty amazing. It's definitely not the first time that's happened. I think the next thing that I want to force myself to learn or at least get better at is figuring out ways to like make the content that I'm streaming work well for like pulling pieces and putting them on TikTok or YouTube Shorts and things like that. So I'm hoping to eventually figure out how to teach myself to be better at that. All right, those extra lines really kind of sell that. That looks awesome. So I got to draw these flowers up top. There's some sort of little like decoration, kind of like these right here, but it is very hard to see. And possibly here. I know it's not really, it's not the cleanest and clearest photo, but I think I can make it work. There's some dots here above these teeth and a few dots between these little sun spokes or whatever they are. I think it'll be great. It's usually someone's pet or a British butler. Oh, your cat's a little troublemaker. I get it. I actually met another Winston a year or so ago, and he said the same thing. Someone's fucking bulldog. Yeah, exactly. It's always a pet. Never actually met a British butler, but I'm going to London in a couple of weeks, so who knows? The option is always there. All right, I'm going to draw this little flower. Actually, I'm going to do what I did last time. So the last time I just came out of my repeat or my mirror group and drew this in here. And I think I'm just going to kind of make up my own little flower petal because I want to make sure that it looks different from the little leaf part there. So then I'll just draw in like a leaf. And hope and pray that this looks good, which I think it does, actually. I'm not mad at it. Now I just got to clean up these excess pieces and then group it and then copy and paste it into the repeat. How's everybody's Monday today? Got any Garfields up in the chat? I could go for some lasagna. Oh shit. Sweet. Copy and paste. And then I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, yeah. Do that for the middle there. Since it will repeat itself. And I will not have to redraw that. But I might smooth out this circle here. Beautiful. Making lasagna in that pan of yours. It's gonna stick. Y'all, okay, so I'm not a very good I haven't always been a very good cook. Historically not my strong point. But I've learned a lot over the years. I've gotten better at it. And There are some things that I still just completely struggle with. And one of them is like cooking in a way that is non-stick. Like I don't want to be one of those like, you know, I don't want to use chemicals and things and whatever. I have a ceramic pan. I have that always pan, and it's been perfectly non-stick for me. It's been great. It's the best pan I've ever been able to cook in. I'm not saying it's the best pan ever. It's the best pan for me. So I thought I was ready to upgrade because of Winston. Winston is a very good cook. Winston bullies me over text and shows me all of his amazing food that he's cooking that I can't have or do myself. And he convinced me, not by telling me anything, but I was convinced that I was at the point where I was ready to get a nice new pan that I could season and make non-stick and like step my game up. I thought I was ready. And I spent $75 on a pan, and every time I cook in it, it either sticks, like my seasoning is terrible, it sticks, or my girlfriend tells me that the food tastes bad. And she doesn't know what pan I cooked in. She doesn't know any of that. I just serve her food, and she's like, it tastes weird. Did you make it in that fucking pan? And I'm like, God damn it. Like every single time, cannot get around her. And I've seasoned it like multiple times. I've like watched every YouTube video on the planet about this, and every single time something just goes horribly wrong. And every time something goes wrong, I tell Winston, and then he sends me a picture of his beautifully seasoned pan, the same one. Amazing, cooking, non-stick, sliding vegetables around, eggs. So I finally just gave up, and I just mailed Winston my fucking pan. Good riddance. Get out of my hands, out of my house. I will let you deal with it from now on. That is no longer my pan. I never wish to see that pan ever again. But I know I will, because Winston will season it and then send me videos of him cooking perfect eggs in it. And he said, or someone said, maybe just try not to cook eggs in it. It's literally an omelet pan. Like the pan that I bought is 4 eggs. Terrible. Yep, you're right. Oh my God. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Such a stupid situation. But hey, Winston, enjoy the pan. Enjoy the eggs. And never, ever show me that pan again. 24-hour egg stream. I would watch it, honestly. That sounds amazing. Egg me up. Egg cooking to study. You can use this playlist. It's royalty free and totally fits that vibe, I think. I'd watch. Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, I should do another radial repeat here for these little dots. Ooh, you know what? Important thing to force yourself to learn. Save. Always, always save. Where's my Brock folder? Here we go. Beautiful. Do the most boring shit right now, so this is really enchaining. Good, I'm glad. Is the boring shit seasoning that pan? Because I'm sure that's something on your list today. Wow, look at these dots. Beautiful, beautiful dots. All right. Now I can just expand that copy and go back into my mirror group and put those dots on both sides. Oh no, not an ad. Yeah, sorry. It's the only way that I can make money unless you guys donate to my fancy... Oh, wait. Here. My fancy goal, I can't see. I am going on a vacation and I am trying to earn my GoPro to take with me. I think it's going to be super fun. Actually, I'm glad you said that because I keep forgetting to drop the link in the chat. I don't think I was smart enough to... Was I smart enough to make a branded link for that? I don't think I was. So check it out. I used this website here. This has actually been really awesome. It's short.io, and basically what you can do is buy your own like short link, like URL. So I bought nickq.tv, and I point nickq.tv straight to my YouTube channel, but I can come in here and make different links like for each individual like thing that I want to do. So all you do is after you've got this, and the app is free. You only have to pay for your domain name like you would anywhere else. So here I'm going to paste in my tip link, and then I can literally just make a URL for nickq.tv/tip, click save, copy that link, and then I can take that and paste it in the chat or wherever and use that for anything. So I use that to point people to my Twitch channel. I use it for specific videos. Like if I want people to go watch like my short film, I have a branded link for that. And it's just really easy. Rather than telling people like, go to YouTube and search for Nick Quintero, I can just tell them verbally, go to nickq.tv. It's so much easier to remember. I got stickers made that say that. You know, it's a super cool thing. It's short.io. I highly recommend it. All right, where else do I got some dots? Right here on this mouth. These teeth. Take one of these and just kind of copy it randomly here. Put one there in the center. And then just move these wherever I want. Oh, you know what? This is what I'll do. I'm going to take a liberty here. I'm going to put it at the top of that little curve. Oh, shit. It didn't copy? Ruining my life. Oh, I've got an idea. I'm going to try it out. So I absolutely hate tutorials on TikTok that talk about using the blend tool, but I'm about to use the blend tool. So I got both of my dots selected, and this one here is slightly smaller. It's scaled down from this one. So if I use the blend tool, oh, I probably can't make it in this repeat. So I need to go back out. So grab them both, add the blend tool. I mean, cool. Looks good already, but I'm going to go to my options and I'm going to go to specified steps, and I'm going to lower this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. So just make it 8, and now they're all right there. Bam. That looks pretty good. I don't like that it's straight, so I'm actually going to draw a slightly curved line here. Then I'm going to grab both of these pieces, go back to my blend options. Actually, no. Go to blend and then replace spine. and it creates that curve there. Although it did fuck that up. Why did it do that? That's annoying. Why did it do that? Ugh. Okay, fine. You win. I'll expand. I don't really have time to sit around and try to figure something out right now, so I'm not going to. But that looks all right still. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm mad that it didn't do what I wanted. It was trying to make me look stupid in front of you guys. And I think it worked. Still got a nice simple like grade, so all of these dots do get slightly smaller as you go on, so at least I got that out of it, you know. Sometimes you gotta take the L and find the W inside of it. Canna Creative, welcome back. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, thank you. So I wish I could take credit for the illustration. It was a tattoo of a friend of a friend who passed away. So this is part of a memorial that I'm working on. So this was a tattoo that the person actually had. And I am, just kind of creating something based off of it. Like, I had to take some liberties here, but I think it looks cool. I do want to expand this now that I've got all that done, and come in here and flip this moon so they're facing the same direction like the original. But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty dope. Add a patterned brush stroke to it and crash AI. Yeah, exactly. Do that like fur look that everybody does on TikTok. No thanks. All right, so now I got to do what I always do to my drawings, and I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. I taught this on my TikTok, like doing the blur and rasterize or whatever, and it was funny because somebody commented and they were like, create an action and you can do that faster. And I was like, I already have an action for it. It's right here, blur and rasterize. So I hit that, and then I just pick how much I want to blur. And then I also have a preset saved for my, like the way I like this to trace for a couple of different options. And I can just do that, click expand, and I've got it stylized the way that I like it. And that looks awesome. So now it looks a little bit more hand-drawn, a lot more, wavy, blobby parts and things. Like that's exactly what I wanted. So perfect. So I also have another action because I'm very likely going to be printing this or delivering it on a black shirt. So I have this action for creating outlines, and I'll just click play on that. It says I can't find swatch, but that is fine because the important part is that it made that line. But I want to show you all the correct way. I don't have a white swatch in here right now because I was not using a default color palette here. So it should work now that I have that. Let's see. I'm going to make my background box. Select my artwork again. And see, where the hell are my actions? See if it works this time. Yep, there we go. So now I can just print that on a black shirt, and it's going to look fantastic. But I do need to add some text to this, and I think I want to make the inside of this nose black. So I got that, and let's find the text that I need. Ken, I agree. Actions are the best, and it makes things so much easier. I really, there's, if you're doing repetitive things and constantly doing the same sorts of things when you're making stuff, like actions are just the perfect addition to your arsenal. All right. So what I'm going to do is create the text in a circle layout around it, and add the logo for my friend's disc golf course, and then we'll mock it up on a t-shirt. I do want to see. So he sent me an image of what they did last time, and it was 4th Annual Dylan Robbins Memorial arched over the top. So it could be 2 lines of text and the date, but I don't have the date. November 5th. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Man, I got to shout out my friend Anthony, who runs this brand, Uno Mas Ropa. It's a workout clothing company. I helped him do his logo, and I've done some designs for his shirts. He donated $100 yesterday, which is insane, and it's totally got me like close to halfway up to my goal to get my new GoPro for my upcoming trip, so I can continue to make content and vlogs and stuff while I'm out. And I cannot shout him out enough for doing that. Uno Mas Ropa, super dope stuff, super dope people. So gotta shout him out when I do my streams now. That was incredible. All right, let's drop some text in here. 4th, let's go all caps. All right, I think what I'm going to do is, before I even think about what fonts I'm going to use, I'm going to figure out the layout. What did I say the date was? November 5th, 2022. So I do this thing. I always try to put my text that's on a path in the center instead of the baseline, because I don't know if you guys have ever tried to do text in a circle. If you do it on the baseline, it's actually really hard to make the text pieces line up right here. So if you do it on the center of that path, it actually helps a lot. So you can line it up without having to manually try to resize it, and then you can adjust, your fonts and things like that, and it works way better. I feel like anybody who has struggled with that before knows exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, wait. Let's just do this. Can 100% yes. Yeah, it's just like a good little trick. I mean, it helps. It's saved me a lot of time for sure. I kind of have a thought. So yesterday's stream, I made this font. I didn't finish it entirely, But I like how I just said L. Yeah, this might be a good one. It's kind of tight. My friends who are my friends and my clients who hit me up right as I'm working on a new font usually get the benefit of getting that new font used on their artwork. Damn, it came out pretty dope. I mean, I really haven't even previewed it to try to use it or anything. So I'm not mad at it at all. Yeah, but then you get lost because then your next one is like fuck with like 6 U's. One has 10, one's 12, one's 4. Like you never remember which ones you saved. Thank you. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good too. I'm pretty happy with that. So there's 2 other things. One, I want to fill in this space here on both of these sides, and I want to put the Blackberry Pines logo in there. Final that PDF. Yes, exactly. We have 2 G actions called fuck 1 and fuck 2. And you know exactly what they do for sure. All right, let's do Blackberry Pines logo. So this is the logo that I did for my friend's disc golf and camp. I don't know, grounds. I don't know. It's his land that he owns and he lives on. He built like a freaking cabin on it, and he's got a whole disc golf course and camping, which I'm really hoping to go camping there when I come back from Europe. But I'm going to drop one of these logos in this artwork too. And I think I'm just going to do this one. But yeah, I'm super stoked with how this logo came out. I like it a lot. It literally changes a font to gray. So hey, you got to do what you got to do. All right, let's make the logo smaller. I don't want to lose focus. Maybe I need to use... Well, okay, so the hard part is that I did make these like BBP, like abbreviated ones for this exact reason. But the hard part is that it doesn't have as much recognition yet. So if you don't know what Blackberry Pines is, it might take away from that. So maybe I need to use this super stacked version. Maybe there's a way. I don't want to take away from the graphic, but I know he wants this logo in there as well because they usually include it in these. I could actually, I'm stupid. I just don't need this. I can use this version where the text is bigger than the icon. Oh, I'm still stupid. Grab the white one, dummy. And then we can put this down here. Hopefully that should do it. That should just work. Oh. Now, to fill in these sides, I was thinking about using maybe these moons. Could be kind of cool. We'll see. I like it. Looks dope. Sweet. I'm into it. What do you guys think? I think that helps the overall graphic there. Balances out that space. I don't think so, because the moon here in these eyes are facing the same direction. So I think that, just kind of does the same thing. Because then I feel like if I flipped this one, you would want the moon in that other eye to be flipped as well. Oh, what did I do? Something that's bothering me is this should be black as well. Cool. That looks dope. Awesome. Thank you guys. This is really cool. Like, I'm super excited with how it came out. The only other thing left to do is this is going to go on a long sleeve t-shirt. So I do want to put some of this text on each sleeve as well. Well, that's what I was asked to do. Winston, should I use a smart object? Oh, you bastard. This could be pretty straightforward as a sleeve hit. And then, oh, I think he wanted Blackberry Pines on the other sleeve. So we'll go for this one. Physical button map to right click create smart object. No, you don't. You do not need that. All right, I'm going to tweak this so I can make Blackberry Pines long and keep the icon short. So this is the beauty of creating the branding for the company yourself, is that you make the rules. So if I made the brand guide and I told people not to do whatever they wanted, it wouldn't matter. I can still do whatever I want. I can make this work. All right. I don't know if I have a long sleeve template. I don't really want to make one or use one from my job. This is all stuff that Winston made. Should I just use the one for my job? Does it matter? I don't know if it matters. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I agree. The only bad thing is that it's in fucking OneDrive, so it's like trying to download. Oh. Oh, I guess it's downloaded. Cool. Just using the one from my job. I'm not selling it or anything, you know? It's fine. Are you guys going to rat me out? Other than Winston, who I know will rat me out. Winston probably made this template, actually. Riley's 2016 vector ones. I'm going to pass. Pass. Just got back from a dog walk. Can you start all over, Gerardo? Yeah, I'll start all over just for you. I'll just remake this whole entire thing again. All right, Winston, enjoy this. Watch me make a smart object. Low key do the same thing. Yep. I mean, Does it really matter? I'm going to say doesn't matter. And if it matters later, I will suffer the consequences. All right. I'm going to make this sleeve print real small so it's achievable. And actually, just try to line these up visually. The Blackberry Pines is like real big compared to the other one, which I'm going to let it get cut off because he knows what the logo looks like. Because, I mean, really, it's not going to sit where I put these. But I do want to show that the 4th annual is on that side. So just visually making shit up as I go. Cool. This actually looks pretty dope. I'm really, really into this. You work at a place where a dude flipped a desk and didn't get fired. You're probably okay. That is a very good point. There's so much shady and salacious shit that has happened at my job. You know, that was before we had a real HR department. So you could get away with anything in 2016. Cool. I think this looks dope. I know we talked about him possibly printing these on something else other than the black, just like the white on black, but I think it looks really good. I think people like, we make everything black and white because it just looks good, and that's what people want most of the time. So I don't know what else to do. I think it's just a good spot. Like, it's a good combo. I told my friend who this is for that he's the only one. Okay, actually, he showed up to my house today to pick up some pins that I made for him, and he was wearing his logo that I made for him on a bright pink trucker hat, and the craziest shoes I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen these shoes. Like, literally, the first thing I said when I saw him was like, "What are those?" Like, it was the craziest shit I've ever seen. And I'm gonna, after I save this, I'm gonna see if I can find them. I don't even know what to search for to try to find it, but I'm gonna try. They were literally like, I can't hide my thing. Okay, purple bubble slide shoes. I hope they just come right up, because what the fuck? Yep, that's them. What is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. I've literally had never seen this before in my life. They look like Crocs with herpes, and they were this color of purple. Like, so fucking weird. Like, I couldn't even, for the first 5 minutes of our conversation was me just staring at these shoes. Like, what are these? This is insane. Look, they have them in stock at Walmart. He's told me he got them on Amazon. Really texting me right now. Okay, so Brock is watching for sure, because he said turtleslides.com. Let's go. Brock, you better not be driving and watching the stream. That's probably why you're not in the chat. You forgot we're doing the Harpoon Larry logo with that tattoo. Oh, yeah. Did you? Well, we'll talk about it after the stream to clarify what you wanted. But let's look at these turtle slides. Oh my God. So I literally obviously never seen these in my life. And he said he doesn't ever see anybody wearing these, but he ended up going somewhere and sat next to a dude who was wearing the black ones. Yeah, he's watching right now. I love it. Above all black says that I don't bother you, don't bother me. This one. Winston, I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. You're just saying misspelled words. Okay, turtle slides. These are insane. They look so crazy. Like, they're kind of like smushy. Like, I don't know. Honestly, though, like, I kind of want to eat them. This one looks like it would taste like like marshmallows. It like, you shouldn't be able to make shoes out of materials that look delicious. This is so crazy. Well, all right, everybody. Let's all buy some turtle slides. I love it. Brock texts me and said he's getting the Barbie pink ones. I feel like they're in the mail. Guess that's it right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Barbie pink. Wow. Well, if I wasn't saving money for my GoPro for my trip, I probably would buy these. Oh my God. Maybe later. I'm glad I found them. All right. Well, Gerardo, I'm sad you just joined because this would have been an awesome stream to watch, but this is it. We've done the shirt. My hour's up. It's been a lot of fun. I'm trying to do these streams after work as many times as possible during the week. I can't commit to like every single day, but I want to try to do at least 3 days a week. Especially if I have cool projects like this. Appreciate you guys joining the stream. This is really awesome. Love to see y'all here. Love to see y'all come